Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session. I'm so glad you're here. Speaking of hearing, I can't do much of it. If you could tell by my voice, oh lordy be, I've had a rough week, let me just tell you, okay? A rough week. I've got about an hour, before I need to call grandma. So I thought I'd come in here and film my video and work on some things and just chit chat with y'all. I've got a lot to share. Thank you so much for all of your comments and everything on the recent videos. I really do appreciate it. I'm so glad that you enjoy the videos. I very much enjoy making them. This week, sadly to say, there won't be as many videos because of, what's going on with me. As you can tell, I have a cold, more like the flu. So let's just walk and talk. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing if you so desire. This is my November-December book. Okay, so last night I was in bed, of course, and resting, and I fell behind. I mean, oh my goodness, and I'll tell you about it in just a second. Oh my word, I got behind. I mean, I did this whole type of journaling where I just put in these pockets and used my notepad paper for my journaling, so it would be quick and easy for me. Okay. Oh my gosh, there is just no such thing as quick and easy for me. And so yesterday I was in bed resting before I went to sleep, and I just got all of my journaling done, okay? So here's how the week went, all right? So right here, full-blown man flu, okay? Can I just tell you? Oh my gosh. I say it every time, right? Because I think last year I was sick at this time. And every time I get sick, which is very rare, very rare. But of course, since I work around kids that are spewing their germs all around me, there is a good chance to get sick, And so last week actually was my birthday. It was my birthday on this day, in fact. Yeah, December 7th was my birthday. And I had started feeling a little sick on this day, I think. And this was Sunday. Oh, yeah. And on this day, if you had seen on my Instagram, I had made, which I'm going to try to work on these while I yammer with you. But I'm making these bookmarks for the kids. And last year, to send out to my journaling buddies, I had made little gift tags that looked like this. And I thought, well, this year, let me make something for the kiddos. And it's just a very simple watercolor. I am not a watercolorist, but they are a lot of fun with like the, shadow of the trees in the background. And then I just use a joyful stamp, and I use some glitter pens, if you can tell, for the star and all of that. And then down here is a Your Creative Studio little like buck stamp, which I thought was super cute. And then I'm going to laminate them, and that's what I'm going to give to the kids so they have a bookmark. And I'll show you what I did. I'll actually show you how to do it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun and really easy to do. So anyway, I did that. And then, yeah, it was my birthday, so the kids came over, and oh my goodness, okay, you guys, like, I don't, if you guys saw my videos from last week, you'll know I was like all bah humbug and, all that kind of stuff. I'm really sorry for that. I apologize. I do apologize. Sometimes we're feeling that Christmas spirit and sometimes we're not. That's just the way life rolls. So, and I was telling you how like my gift, my love language is not gift giving, unfortunately. However, it is my daughter's. And, yeah, so that, well, first of all, at school, the kids, like the room mom, got all the parents together and stuff, and they they got me like this sash that says it's my birthday. So of course, I wore that out in the morning drive through, and like, every parent driving by, they were so sweet. They roll down their window, happy birthday. It was a really great day, except for the fact that I was getting sick. And yeah, so they got me this beautiful bunch of roses and some gift cards, and they brought in pink and yellow cupcakes, which pink and yellow is my favorite color. And so, yeah, it was just a really sweet day at school. They all sang me happy birthday and all of that jazz, and it was a lot of fun. It was super sweet of them. And and then I get home, and we had my husband had made one of my favorite dinners, which was like this I don't know, like a rolled flank steak. It has like cheese in it and spinach and stuff. It's really good. My son and daughter both were here, so that was really nice to spend time with them. Mashed potatoes and roasted Brussels sprouts. It was really yummy. And then they presented me with my present, right? Which of course I never expect. There is nothing on this earth that I need, nothing except my family. Well, that's all I ask for. And so I open up this right here, and it's a poem that my daughter wrote, and it says, "It's finally your birthday. We're so excited to celebrate with you. We've waited so long, filled with joy and excitement too. It's been some time, so you might have forgot." Yes, I did. "The gift we have to give, a special something long after sought. We hope you are just as excited as we and go crazy for what you have gotten. We love you, Dad, Cam, and Sadie." And so I was like, huh, like my mind was boggled, I was like, what on earth, And so then I said, oh, well, is there something else in the bag? And my daughter's like, yes, Mom, yes, So I opened up the bag, and this is what she had in the bag. Now, there is a story behind this, okay? Oh my gosh. Can I tell you, severe ugly cry, okay? Like the ugliest of crying. And because there's a story behind this. This is a crazy quilt. And back in the summertime, my sister-in-law had contacted me and said, we're up in New York, and Aunt Rosie, who had passed away a few years ago, Aunt Rosie's like family member has this crazy quilt of Aunt Rosie's, and it is made, all these scraps of fabric, from what I understand, are from the 1800s. They are from dresses and pieces of fabric brought over from Scotland and Ireland, and all put together in this crazy quilt, right? And the family member that had it restored apparently, and had it authenticated and all this stuff. And so she said she just wants to get her money back, and so I went to my husband, and it was a chunk of change, let me tell you. And so I went to my husband, I said, oh my gosh, I would love to have that, because it's Aunt Rosie's and it's your family heritage and all of that. And I said, but oh my goodness, it's so expensive. Like, I don't think I can justify that amount of money, And I was gutted because, I of course didn't want her to sell it off to some person, some random person, Now, let me tell you a little backstory on Aunt Rosie. Aunt Rosie was my husband's great aunt. And I had spent a summer up there with her and her husband, Uncle Harlan. Loved them. Oh my gosh. It was, and if you've been on my channel at all, you've heard me talk about them, but that was one of the most memorable summers I've ever had, And that year, Aunt Rosie taught me how to quilt. And I had made about, I don't know, 6 or 7 quilts that summer, just that summer. And they were like queen size. I think one of them was like a twin. My very first one was a twin size. And anyhow, and I only have one left. I gave them all away, and I have one left. And so Aunt Rosie had always been near and dear to my heart because she taught me how to quilt. She taught me a lot of things, but she taught me how to quilt. And so when this quilt came up, I had to tell my sister-in-law, I'm going to have to pass, you know. And right away, my daughter tells me that right away, after I told my sister-in-law no, my daughter contacted her aunt and said, I want to buy it for my mother. Because I know how much, you know, she loved Aunt Rosie and just the whole backstory, right? So my family got together and they bought me the quilt. And there it is, you know, and it's, I just, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm tearing up just thinking about it, you know, that night, because it was just so special, so special. And so, yeah, so that was my birthday, and that was just wonderful. I don't know how I'm going to be able to put these in here, but anyhow, my mother-in-law has it right now. And because when they were in New York this summer, they went ahead and got it, you know, after my daughter said, I want that, you know, for my mom. And just so dang special. Oh, my goodness. So I had a wonderful birthday, right? A wonderful birthday. And I'm just so thankful for my gems, my husband. Then the next day, like I felt really not great on this day. Like my nose started running and, you know, all of that, you know. But like I said, sorry about this sunbeam here. You know, a lot of the kids in class are sick, right? And so I was like, oh, you know, I just got their cold or whatever. And so anyway, Wednesday night, I went to bed. It says here, my head feels twice the size because of the sinus pressure, right? Wednesday, I went to bed. I woke up at like 2 in the morning and I felt just sore all over, like total man flu, like full blown man flu. And the night before, this night, my birthday night, no, this night, Wednesday night, I had taken some NyQuil and I, you know, fully expecting to get up the next day and go to work and all that stuff. In fact, my dad called me this night and he said, oh, you sound sick. And I said, yeah, you know, but it'll be fine. You know, I've got a couple more days at work and then it'll be the weekend, whatever. So anyhow, I get up at 2 in the morning on Wednesday morning and I felt like I'd been run over by a truck. And so, I mean, I still feel terrible. Don't get me wrong. And I know I sound terrible. I'm sorry, but, I did want to get this video out for you guys. And so I get up, I hobble, so sore, I feel hot, I don't feel well at all. I hobble into the kitchen, I get more NyQuil, I get a, what's it called, like a Powerade, you know, because I was so thirsty, I was so dry, and the thermometer, right, and I hobble back to the bedroom, and I crawl back into bed, and I'm freezing cold, and take my temperature, and it's like 102.9. And I'm like, oh my word, you know? Well, right then and there, I can't go to work, you know? And so I put that out of my mind, took the NyQuil, drank, whatever. Can I tell you, I went to bed Wednesday night. I did not wake up until Friday morning, okay? Now, let me just backtrack a little bit. When I say I didn't wake up, I did get up to use the restroom and go back to bed and sleep. I somehow remembered to take my medication. You know, I'd wake up, I'd look at the clock, and I'd say, oh, you know, it's that time, I'll take my medicine, you know, whatever. But can I tell you, I missed an entire day, folks, an entire day. I have never, I don't think in my life, done that before, ever. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, right? So then on this night, on Thursday night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, you know, it sounds so good as an ice cold orange soda, right? I don't drink soda, but I thought that sounds really good. And so I hobbled out of bed and I got an orange soda and I crawl back into bed, and I take a sip of it, and I can't taste a thing. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. You're thinking what I'm thinking, right? So the next morning I get up, and this morning I finally woke up, and my fever had broken in the night, so that was good. And I don't think I've had a fever since, but at any rate, I told my husband, I said, honey, I can't taste or smell anything, you know? And now, when later on, I recalled us having Stromboli this night, and I told my husband I couldn't taste it. And it didn't dawn on me then, you know? I thought, well, you know, surely, I mean, normally whenever I have like a sinus infection or a cold or whatever, you know, your taste and smell get all jacked up anyway. But this morning I was like, dude, I cannot even taste the orange soda. Like, it's not good, you know? And so, anyway, you know where I'm headed with this. We got tested, came back negative, okay? Negative, thank goodness, not detected, okay? So that was good. But I ended up staying home on Friday as well. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is horrifying. This cold has possibly, or whatever I have, sinus infection, whatever, I don't know, has possibly been the worst. Or maybe it is like truly the flu. I don't know. It's been like the worst I have ever been, I think, in my life. And I think I say that like every single time I'm sick. But I'm telling you, this time it was the worst. It feels like the worst anyway. So we're going to get started painting on these things, I think. Oh my gosh, yeah, it has not been good. And so I have been in bed. I have not been doing anything. I finally, you know, had a little bit of energy to, you know, get up and spend some time with my hubby and stuff like that. But oh my goodness, what a nightmare. It has truly been a nightmare. So this week coming up is our last week at school. We have, this is a watercolor paper, by the way. I hope I'm doing this right. Oh gosh, knowing me, my brain is complete mush, let me tell you. So this is what I do, right? I take this watercolor paper, and this is, let me just show you, just in case you want to know. It is this Canson 140 pound 9x12 yeah, watercolor paper. Let me see. It's cold press, okay? I really like this watercolor paper. So I cut it into, I really wish that sunbeam wasn't there. Good grief. I don't know what I can do about it. I don't know if I can put, I don't think I have anything to put there. Sorry. Anyway, so I've cut it down to, now it is 12, right? Yeah, 12 inches by 6 inches. And then I will take it, once I paint the whole thing, I will take it and cut it into strips of 2 inches, okay, for the bookmarks. Now, what I use, what I've been using, is this right here, which is a watercolor brush. I'll put them below. I really do like them, and they're not too expensive. Again, I'm no watercolorist, okay, just so you know. They're called Transon, and this is a number 3. And that's all it says. That's all I know. And then I am using my Arteza watercolors, which I love. Love, love, love. And I'm using the green section here. And let me think. I use this blue. And I know I have a thing around here somewhere. There it is. Let me just tell you, just in case you want to know. I'm using periwinkle blue for the trees, as well as olive green, cobalt green, and fern green, okay, which are these right here, all right? And that's what I'm doing. So, what was I saying? Oh, these are the pens I'm using in my journal. I had to throw one of the mild liners away last night. It was like a reddish one, and I really enjoyed it, but the tip had been used so much that it was really fat. And then of course some flare pens in olive, red, and green, and these are those touch pens from Pentel that I like. They're just very slight brush tip pens, and they're fun. But those are the only pens I'm using for my journaling. So I have my water here. Oh, and then if you did see my whole debacle on the Crossfire wax seals, yeah, I did learn a little bit, and I need to make another video. If you didn't see this, look back in my videos. It's the unboxing of the Crossfire wax seals, and this is a lotus, and they sent me pink like pearlescent wax, and it's beautiful. But then I came home and I experimented as well with glue, with a glue stick. And the one thing I have not found yet, although I think one of y'all suggested tin foil, or of course I said I have like a porcelain, like a paint tray thing, whatever, I don't know. But this is glue stick, just plain glue stick. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So yeah, there were a few things I learned. I had the wax too hot, and you know, I don't know, whatever. I'll figure it out. Okay, I'll figure it out, but not today. All right, so the first thing I do with this is I get my paintbrush wet. You know what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna use this bigger one, and this is the same. It's Transin, and it's a number 7. And I add water to my palette right here, and you know, kind of hydrate the paint that's already in here, right? Now, what I'm gonna do is add more water to this, because this is gonna be the back shadow trees, you know, in the background. And I add the blue, the periwinkle blue, because that gives it like just a nice little shadow, right, color, bluey green. And then I'm also going to add in probably some of this cobalt green. Yep. Now, and I'm making a wash, is what they call it. Again, I am not a watercolorist. I have really no idea what I'm talking about. So just so you know. I just like to play around. So the more water you add, the lighter the color it is, okay? All right, so we got that. Let me get my dirty rag here. Oops, which I still haven't cleaned. Anyway, so yes, some of you all, thank you so much. Some of you all gave me some great suggestions on the wax seal, which I will be trying. And then, yeah, so that's good. Again, thank you so much for your supportiveness. So this is how they look, right? In the background. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it a little bit different. Oh, that stupid sunbeam. I'll do it a little differently. I don't know. I have just like a little shadow here at the bottom, and then I have a few trees. And what I do is the whole thing first, like the whole of the shadow. The very background ones is what I'm doing now. So I start at the top, and my paint, it's very, very light, okay? My paintbrush is like hardly touching the paper, right? Okay, I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. I don't know. Okay, and then with the paintbrush upright, okay, I start at the top and I just wiggle waggle it. I don't know what term I used before when I've done this before, but we just go back and forth, start little, you know. Let me see if I can turn it this way. Okay. And then we just go back and forth, and as I get toward the bottom, I make the wiggles bigger, right? Now, you can hardly see that, and that's what I want, actually. That is what I want, because these are just the shadow trees in the background. Let me bring this up and see. See, you can like hardly see it, but it's there. Okay. So I do that and I do it all the way across, going up, like putting a tree up here, putting a tree down here. I have no idea about perspective or anything else. I should probably be like keeping my mind on that. You know what I mean? The perspective and whatnot. About like trees in the foreground, trees in the background, whatever. But I don't because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun, that's all I know. And I kind of let that one, I mean, I could work on this side and then work back on this side. Oh, maybe I'll do that. So it is literally that simple. You just squiggle. Maybe that's the term I used. I do have a video on this, and it is in my tutorial sort of playlist. And you just go back and forth like that with the tip of your brush, and it just, it's obviously, it doesn't look, what's it called? Like realistic, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm going for. I'm going for the idea of pine trees. Okay, that's what I'm going for. The idea of pine trees. And when I go like that with my brush, I'm just dabbing it on my dirty rag, because you don't want a whole pile, you don't want your brush to be filled with paint. But you want it to have some paint. And we just squiggle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what I'm going to do is, once this is dry, this layer, which I'm not using very much paint and not using very much water, it dries fairly quickly. So then what I end up doing is going back over them and layering, okay, with a slightly darker color, right? Trying not to get my palm in it, but yeah. And then once then you can layer up and go darker and darker and darker and darker if you want, So I think we'll put another one right here. And it's just very simple. Very simple. Yeah. So we have one more week of school. One more week. And my daughter said, oh my goodness, I felt terrible for her, of course, because I was out, for 2 whole days. I mean, I really kind of prided myself on not being absent from work this whole year at all. And then, of course, 2 days straight, I was down for the count, folks, down for the count. And it was not good. It was not good at all. Anyway, I felt terrible, but she told me on Friday, I think it was, she told me that, let's make this one a little taller maybe. She told me that like 7 kids had left school early because they were ill. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess they did. And like I said, I mean, so many of the kids were sick. I mean, so many of them. Not even funny. So yeah, we're going to, later today, my husband and I are going to get, hopefully my husband and I, are going to get the tree ready to put up. And we recently, much to the chagrin of my daughter, a few years ago, we decided that we were going to get a fake tree. She was not happy at all. One of our traditions that we had in the past was to go out on my birthday weekend, which would have been last weekend, I think. Go out on my birthday weekend and pick out our tree as a family. And so my daughter is very much into tradition, very sentimental, and yeah, she wasn't happy with us, but you know, we decided ultimately Dad and I get the decision. You know, we make the decision. So yeah, we went ahead and got a fake tree. I happen to think it is beautiful. I happen to really enjoy it. And yeah, so, you know, sorry, sis. And so I think he and I, whoa, oh dear. Well, of course, trees have wonky trunks all the time. So these trees are no different. So anyhow, yeah, I think he and I are going to go ahead and set it up and just get everything ready, because I think tomorrow night my son is going to be coming over to decorate. And so this way, maybe we'll all be involved in the decoration of the tree, because they won't have to wait for Mom to put all the lights on. Yes, we did get it. We did not get we did not get a pre-lit tree, because I did not want to deal with, you know, plugging in something and having like the middle of the tree go out, you know. So unfortunately, I still have to string the lights, which is like the worst part. Yeah. So anyway, that's life, you know. So I think I'm going to try to do that this afternoon, since I am caught up on my December journaling. Okay, there's the first layer done. I know it's so hard to see. It's so faint, but that's the idea, right? So there's my little forest, right? It's very, very faint. Now, what I'm going to do is in this right here, I'm going to add more water, okay, with my big brush. I'm going to add more water, and keeping my eye on the time, because, you know, 9:30, I got to call Grandma, see how she's doing. There were a few things in here that I wanted to do as well, of course, you know, like declutter stuff and de-stash stuff. More stuff. I'd like to bring you guys along for that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's do this. We're going to make this darker, okay? So we're using the same pile, right, that we had here. And I know it looks very blue right now, but that's okay. So we're going to do that. And hopefully not dip my brush in. Oh, that's not the color I wanted. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, fern green. So we're going to add some fern green. More fern green. I love this fern green. It's really pretty. Okay. Maybe add some of this, which is cobalt green. This is like a bit darker. Okay. I think that's the color I want. You know, watercolor is so trial and error. More water, because I just want it to be a light wash. Okay. All right. We'll see how that works out. I don't know. Okay. So yes, this week, let me just see how this is gonna go. Yeah, that's fine. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you know, there really are no mistakes, honestly. Okay, now I'm gonna do my second layer and hope, yep. Let's just see. Yep. Yep. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think, from what I can see. Okay. See? That one is a little bit darker now, right? So we're gonna do a whole forest of a little bit darker trees, all right? And fill in the spots and, you know, whatever. And we can layer now because this is all pretty much dry, so that's good. So now we can just take it and make more trees and do the whole, you know, thing again. And now we're just layering over the top. It's not, you know, it's not doing anything to the trees behind that I know of. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I really have no idea what I'm doing. I don't, but I enjoy doing it. So, okay. So anyhow, this is, I'm gonna put one right down here, I think. This is our last week. Oh, that's a little too much water. This is our last week of school. Let's make, we have our Christmas cantata thing, concert, is on Thursday for the families. And then we have, let's see. Then we have like a half a day on Friday, which is good. And then at some point, my husband and I are going to head north just for a few days. We can't, to our new house. We'll spend a few days up there. My in-laws will be there. And so that'll be nice to see them. Yeah. And my husband told me that my mother-in-law's been enjoying our dock, which is nice. So nice. I'm glad she's enjoying it. She says that she goes over there after her run, you know, and goes over to our house and sits on the dock and, you know, just has her quiet time there, her prayer time maybe, and, you know, just sits there and looks at the water. And so she's really been enjoying it, which I'm thrilled about. I really am thrilled about. So, yeah, so that's one of the things I am very much looking forward to, you know, when we move up there full time is, and of course, you know, if and when they retire, you know, like, that's a little too much water, you know, just having, you know, yeah, come over, sit on the dock, have some coffee, you know, that'll be so much fun. I know I watch Emmy Lou Arts a lot. Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't seen her, I'm sure you have, but you need to give her a watch because I love watching her journal with me videos. She's hilarious. And yeah, her parents live, you know, rather close to her. And so she goes over and has, you know, coffee with them in the mornings. And that's so special to me, you know? And so I can't wait, you know, to be able to do that, you know, with my in-laws. So, yeah. Okay, so there is the second layer of trees. Now you see it coming a little bit. Okay, so now, eye on the time. Okay, I gotta cut this. I'm gonna add more green, okay? More green. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. So pretty. While that's drying a little bit. I mean, I do have a heat tool, finally. That only took me 20 some years. But anyway. All right, let's see how that green is. Whoa, that just splattered in my coffee. No big deal. It was just a little splatter. I'll be fine. Okay. And now this over here is dry, so... Oh, that's a little too much water there, Elizabeth. Okay, and this is just a little bit, the tiniest shade darker, you know. And I mean, how simple are these trees, right? They're just, like I said, they are not meant to be, to look, what's it called, you know? They are not meant to look, realistic in any way, shape, or form, you know? It's just to give you the idea that it's a forest, right? That's all. That's all. So this is a little bit darker. I think I'll just do 3 layers maybe of forest. And like I said, because you layer the colors over top of the dry paint, it doesn't really reactivate it that I see. You just keep adding color and it just adds layer upon layer upon layer. So, yeah. So I'm going to keep doing this all the way across the board, a little bit dark. I might darken that up a little bit now that I think about it. And then I still have to add like the little shadow on the bottom, which is no big deal, but that's what it comes out looking like. And then I will cut it, right? Let me get the other one out. Where did it go? Then I will cut them, okay, like this into the 2-inch thing, okay? And then what I do is I darken up, see all the, like the different shadows all in the background, right? Light trees, dark trees, foreground, background, all that stuff. Again, I'm talking out of my rump because I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I take an even darker color and I make a smaller tree right in the foreground, right? And then I got these cute stamps. They're just beautiful from Your Creative Studio. And they're of buck and deer and, you know. And so I thought, how cute would that look on there in the snow, right? And a little bit of a shadow here. I have no idea if that's the right way to do it. Don't know. Don't care. And then I just stamped Joyful on it and I inked around the edges. And like I said, I'm going to laminate them, you know. And then, of course, I'll sign it somewhere and put the date on it. And the kids are going to have a cute little, you know, they can either, I mean, if they want to, they can use it as an ornament on their tree or they can use it as a bookmark, you know. But yeah, so I just thought, you know, it's an easy way. Oh, I also did splatter. I don't know if you can see. You can see how I did the little red dots. That's with glitter pen from the Dollar Tree and the little star on top. But then I did do, I don't know if you can see it, but I did splatter some iridescent blue paint on it as well for like snow. So I really enjoy doing these. They're super simple. It doesn't take very long at all. You know, it dries really quickly and it's just an easy way to mass make something. And, you know, when you've got 23 kids in a class, there you have it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I really hope to finish that soon. And I also am going to hopefully get the tree up today so that tomorrow we can decorate the whole thing. Okay, now I'm probably going to have a coughing fit. Again, thank you so much. Oh, I did want to mention too, like one of you said that you were distressed about my pup in one of my videos, you know, because he was whining and whatnot, carrying on in the background. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. He's fine. When he does that, it's because he is pining after his master, which is my husband. That is his dog, and that dog is his little shadow. So when my husband leaves to go to the store or whatever, even if I'm sitting right there next to him, he still whines. Okay, so it's not like I'm neglecting my dog or anything like that. There's just no consoling him. You know, he does that until my husband comes home. And again, like I said, it doesn't really matter who's here, if you're holding him, if you're not holding him, he doesn't like it when my husband's not here. So that's the story on that. Might I get more videos up this week? I really don't know. And then I'm hoping to get some videos up soon because, you know, I'm going to be on Christmas break. So I'm hoping to film a bunch of stuff, you know, for y'all during that. So there might be a lull and I'm really sorry for that, but know that I'm thinking about you and I hope y'all are doing well. And thank you so much for watching. Again, if you like what you see, click that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get notified the next time a video comes out. Thank you again for sharing your time with me and listening to my rambling. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day and a wonderful week ahead. And I will talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.